What is going on, guys? How is everybody doing? Forza, Forza, Forza Milan. Only two words matter, as always, and those two words are Forza Milan. Hopefully everybody is doing great wherever you are around the world. Welcome to another edition of Milan News. Antonio should be joining us soon as well. In the meantime, let me say hello to chat. We got I'm Lord Krudich, aka Lucas. What's up, brother? How you doing? Safe Najar. What's up, my friend? How you doing? DOA74. Come stiamo, ragazzi? Ciao. We got Skillard, Forza Krunic, every day, all day. Forza Krunic. Emmanuel says we really have a strong team. It is true. I agree with you. We definitely have a very strong team. I'm very excited about the upcoming season, and I'm sure we're going to kick some major ass. Guys, vote in the poll. Vote in that poll and make sure that you tell me what you think about this team. If you think it's competitive enough to win in the Serie A, or if you think that we still need more. To compete. So let me know what you think, guys. I'm very curious to know what you think. And if you have not already, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button. Make that like button red and black. Let's do it. Let's do it. Forza, what the F makers. That's right. We have the best chemistry out of every team in the Serie A. That, I think, is 100% true. Definitely true. 100%. Pobega, new signing. Are you happy? I'm very happy. We're going to be talking about that as well. Of course, we're going to be talking about that. It is a very good sign, I think, the fact that the management is putting a lot of faith in the player. I think that's very good. Saif, if we actually want to consider Pobega new signing, then I am born and raised. Okay, there you go. So that's what like the video. Yeah, guys, like the video if you think Gigi Donnarumma is richer than Redbird. Redbird, what 6 billion? 6 billion. I think they have a net worth 6 billion. So it's not that much, to be honest with you, when you compare it to other companies that own clubs. It's actually very little if you compare it to some of our biggest competitors around Europe. 6 billion is very small if you compare it to the PSG owners, Man City owners, Agnelli, even Inter, although those guys have so many regulations and sanctions that they can't get money out of China. So it's a mess for them. Good thing we are not Inter. Good thing we are Milan, the #1 club of Milano, the only club of Milano, the most successful club of Milano. Romano, Narnia we go, guys. Fabrizio Romano definitely messed up a few days ago, huh? Look at him, he messed up. Anyway, guys, we're going to listen to the press conference of Ketelaere, and I want to know what you guys think about what he says, and we're going to extract more information from him today. As far as links and new indicators, as far as the market goes, honestly, we're still there's a lot of rumors going on, there's a lot of speculations going on. We still don't have anything concrete. There was one very interesting indiscretion that came out regarding Paolo Maldini making a video call. We are going to be looking at that. But as far as names and new names, there's not much there. We do have a little hint of what Pioli wants. Pioli had this awesome interview that was published in the Gazzetta dello Sport. We are going to be looking at that as well. All right, guys, we're going to be starting here in just a minute. So be ready. Roy Makers, that's right. 4.5k subs. Let's go, guys. If you're new, click that sub button. Join the discussion. Join the family. We are going to be having open lives this weekend. Milan Forum is coming back next week, not this week. Laert is coming back next week. We are having an open live on Sunday during the match at Milanello, so that should be fun. There's a friendly tomorrow against Vicenza, which will be very interesting. And then on Sunday there's another match against what's the name? Pioli'S, I don't know, some crazy name like that. Just a training match at Milanello, and we will definitely be following that live, and we will have open discussion then. And of course, when Laert, the God of War, is back, we're going to go back to the regular schedules. Niente bestemmie, ragazzi, qua non si bestemmia, capito? Qua non si bestemmia. Luigi Timpano, come stiamo, ragazzi? Ciao, come stai? Forza Milan, Luigi Timpano. Forza Milan, come sempre. Forza Milan. Roy, change your freaking low. Remember, guys, what are you talking about, Ismail? Ismail is going crazy. I feel like watching live from 2010. What? Exciting. What? What are we saying? Hey, now that we got CDK, the priority should be renewal of Leao. If we lose him, then I don't know. Well, I don't think we're going to be losing Leao. But let's see what happens. Safe, what up? AC Milan, USL, Indica, Belli, Douglas, Luiz, Seko, Fofana, Pjanic, Isco, Bellotti, Mertens. Yeah, that would be nice to have all of those players. That would be very nice. He's leaving for free. If he hasn't agreed by now, he never will. All right, let's get into this. Oh, wait, we have one more message here. Pergolettese is a team of the city where I live in Crema. Wow, nice. So who are you going to be supporting? Pergolettese or Milan? Let me know. All right, let's watch this video. Let's see what CDK tells us.
Milan is warmth and passions on the part of fans, but it's very much intensive work here at Milanello Sports Center. Have you perceived all these already in the next path of growth you're about to start here?
Yeah, actually, I quite like it that the fans are so passionate. It's football lives for the fans, so yeah, I like it, and the working, the training style, the intensity, I always did it. I always did it to come here. So for me, it will not be a change. It's just on a higher level, but I will have to try to keep up with the level and on training and intensity. But I'm sure that will be all right.
Intensity at a higher level, he has to try and keep up, huh? He has to try and keep up. Like the video, guys. If you have not, what are you waiting for? Like the video. I don't know, Roy. The way the team is at the moment, I just don't know. Leao might actually leave. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't think so. I don't think Leao. I don't think this Milan is going to get. I don't think so. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Milan, of course, is out, Luigi.
Piace molto l'aspetto
dell'arrivo a Milano, qua al Milan, se c'è stato un momento che hai avuto timore, paura di non arrivare qui, se ti sei magari anche speso in prima persona per volere il Milan fortemente. Grazie.
So, hi Charles, so welcome in Milan. We know how hard has been the period before joining AC Milan, but we would like to hear from you how you lived this waiting period, this experience, and have you also given up something to actually have done something you personally to do in a way to join the club?
Yeah, last few weeks were quite intense and. Yeah, you hear all the stories. You keep my agents talk to me about what's happening. So yeah, I made the choice to come to Milan, and then it was to them and to the clubs to find an agreement. And I'm happy that finally I'm here. And in terms of giving up, yeah, there were some agreements with the club mates, but I had to let go apart. But yeah, for me, the only thing was to come to Milan. So
Nice, I like that. The only thing that he wanted was Milan. What can we ask for more? We can't ask for more, huh, guys? We really can't ask for more. Why aren't we going for Mertens? Mertens seems like he doesn't want to join any other Italian teams. He seems like he is really in love with Napoli, and he had a very nice, heartfelt message that he left for the Napoli fans. I don't think Mertens is going to be joining any Italian teams. He still has a house in Naples. He's going to keep on going to Naples. I really don't think he's going to decide to join Italian teams. CDK, can't wait to leave for free. Good luck trying to get more than 5 million from this manager. Can we all agree that if Leao leaves, this is a failed, non-ambitious project? If Leao leaves, there's a lot of criticism, for sure. A lot of criticism. What's up, Cristiano? Hola, Milanista. Come stiamo? Oh my god, I didn't get notification. Yeah, what's up with the notifications, guys? Click that notification button. Unfortunately, YouTube messes up that way. Sometimes the notifications don't go through. Yes, we are going to be talking on that. Thoughts on the Gabigol story? I hope that we stay away from that player. I definitely do. But invite Lohlo in the next live. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see.
Le ultime settimane sono state molto intense e difficili da
alla base, la capacità attrattiva sui giovani. E poi una curiosità, abbiamo imparato la tua pronuncia, se c'è invece un tuo soprannome.
So, hi, we know that you have joined Milan because AC Milan is a big club, of course, because of its tradition and history. But in this special moment, AC Milan has given much importance to young talents. So Maldini, Massara, Gazzidis, Jerry Cardinale, they all have this strategy of focusing on the young talents. Was this also one of the reasons for you to come to AC Milan? And another question, so you have taught us how to pronounce your difficult name, but do you have a nickname?
Yeah, first of all, my name here, they say Charles or Charles in English, but in Dutch it's just Charles, a bit in the French way, but yeah, I don't care how everybody calls me. If I can just play football, I'm happy. And then, yeah, for me it was important to see that Milan gives chances, and also you see the young players grow here. You see that in the recent past that the young players become better here and they make the team better. So yeah, it was good to see that, and it made for sure a huge difference in choosing.
Sì, il mio nome viene pronunciato un po' in inglese, Charles o Charles.
Yeah, he's kind of timid, still very young. You can tell he's still very young. Um, Hopefully he doesn't use this club as a means to get to somewhere else. But so far, quite interesting, quite interesting. A good comment here by Andon. I definitely agree with you. No matter who leaves while Maldini is here, we will not have any problems. Gigi left and he was replaced. Akan left, was replaced, and we won a title. So no need to panic. I completely agree with you. I definitely agree with you. The only criticism I have is that, let's try and sell these guys so we have money for the mercato. That's really it. But as far as replacing the players, I absolutely have 100% confidence in the ability of the team to replace the players well. By the way, guys, the leagues around Europe are starting today. The Bundesliga is starting today, and the Premier League is starting today. Vasil, Forza Milan, Vasil, what's up, brother? So when is Milan playing the remaining friendlies? So tomorrow against Vicenza, and then on Sunday against Pergolettese, which is, I think it's a semi-pro amateur team, and that's going to be at Milanello.
Più alla francese, ma anche io spero di avere un ruolo because of the way you look, your characteristics.
Perché ci sarà un po' di Belgio qui a Milano nella prossima stagione. Hai scelto la maglia numero 90 come il tuo compagno di nazionale Lukaku e a Milano c'è già aria di derby.
So, hi Charles. All the AC Milan fans see in you a new Kaká because of your age, because of the way you look, your characteristics. Do you feel similar to him? And then another question, so you have chosen the 90 number for the jersey number, and there is another Belgian player, Lukaku, that has chosen the same number, and we already feel a derby atmosphere here in Milan for this presence of Belgian players.
Yeah, speaking of Kaká, I know what for a fantastic player he was. So, yeah, but I think I saw some videos for him, and yeah, maybe you can say it's quite similar. But I myself, I have my own qualities, other qualities, and yeah, we're different. So yeah, I hope to, but I hope for sure that I can bring the same to Milan like he did. And then speaking of the number 90, I just had the number at Bruges, and for me, numbers are not, the number is not so important, but I had it, it brought me luck and brought me success, so I thought, why not keep it?
Sì, ho sentito e visto.
Interesting. Not worried about the Kaká comparisons. He's going to be himself, and that's what we want to hear. He's not going to be the new Kaká. He's going to be the new CDK. Hopefully he can achieve what Kaká achieved. Also notice, Roy, I read that one, Kalulu game December 13 where he did an average and then scored for us because of him, ended 2-2, last minute goal. Yes, we definitely are a very patient club when it comes to the youngsters. Roy, what do you think about Seko Fofana? He has improved extremely, nearly killed Inter in a preseason friendly. Well, Seko Fofana, a lot of people are talking really well about him. I don't remember him that well when he was playing at Udinese, but it seems like a very good option. The one thing about Seko Fofana that we know is that he's very expensive. So like Frattesi, like Seko Fofana, these guys that are in the 35, 40 million range, I don't think Milan is going to be able to get these players. But obviously, he's doing very well, so he would be great for the team. Maldini wouldn't have resigned if the project was not ambitious and if he didn't have guarantees from Redbird. Patient, guys. Enjoy the success while it lasts. No need to be negative. I totally agree. I 100% agree with you. All right, let's keep on going.
Quanto grande sia stato Kaká, se non altro mi ha portato fortuna e...
La domanda sul soprannome, che era curiosa, se ne hai uno lo impariamo volentieri, grazie.
Just a simple question. How have you felt these first days? Is there anything that has surprised you that you were not expecting coming from Belgium? And again, do you have a nickname? Because it's a curiosity for us to know if you are...
No, I don't have a nickname yet. They just say Charlie or Charles, and Yeah, and I'm happy with that. And yeah, the things in Milan that are different is just, yeah, different country. You feel directly the weather is different than in Belgium. But other things, yeah, the intensity on training, how everybody goes for it, and yeah, the intensity, nobody, yeah, lacks the intensity in things of running. Everybody goes full for it, also on training, and that's good to see. And I also think that's what the team needs to win titles, and I think that's why they became champion. And you see direct also the quality they have. So yeah, that's the things I noticed.
One thing I noticed is that the Belgium league lacks a lot of intensity, so he definitely needs to adapt to Italy and the Serie A. And not that the Serie A is the most intense league, but it is one of the most intense leagues. But I did notice that the Belgium league does not have much intensity, so he's definitely going to have to adapt there. Guys, if you have not, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button. And he better not flop, because otherwise Skillard is going to call him a Ketelaere. When once Skillard calls you Krunic, it's over. It means it's over. So far, good, guys. Let me know what you guys think about him, the way he talks, the way he speaks, and what he says, and what you perceive from his character.
No, non ho
Ora diamo spazio alle domande dei giornalisti arrivati dal Belgio.
Now we leave the floor to the journalist that came from Belgium. So please.
Dag Charles, Bert Sterks, Sporza. How hard was it for you to integrate this environment with world-class players, and how good do they know you?
Yes, okay. You can answer, and then
I'm still integrating. I just had 2 or 3 trainings, so yeah, I have to know the players, to know how the team is going, the dynamics. But I'm doing well. Everybody is welcoming me in a good way. They are asking how I feel. They are helping me on the pitch, what they expect. The coach tells me what he expects, and the players also help in that way. So yeah, I'm just finding out, and I'm hoping to be ready and integrated as soon as possible.
Gli hanno chiesto se è stato difficile integrarsi in questa nuova realtà.
So, Jet Barros says, lacks swagger. He seems very down to earth and mature. It shows he is willing to play for the club and do his best. If we're patient with him and give him time to grow, he'll be world class in no time. I think Pioli did say that he's expecting him to become top world class in 2 to 3 years. All right, guys. So 2 to 3 years, not right away. But yeah, it's definitely going to take a little bit of time for him to integrate. Maybe he's going to be great right away. We'll see. World class players don't know him well because Kevin De Bruyne is still in his prime. Interesting. Let's keep on going.
Anche essere a fianco di giocatori così famosi da parte di tutti i compagni. Sì, è vero, è stato un momento molto intenso, anche tutti i test a cui mi...
Hey Charles, Jarno van VTM News. Charles, do you also want, or did you also want to go to a big top club in Europe to have a bigger chance to be in the World Cup squad of Roberto Martinez? Did he spoke to you about that?
Yeah, I spoke to him, but he was not trying to influence my choices. He just listened to me and what my feelings were. So I told him that I wanted to go to Milan, that I was interested in going there, and I was convinced I would also play to go to the World Cup, because for him it's important that you get minutes, and I'm convinced that I can have minutes and can show myself. So then it's up to me to show myself, and we'll see. But for me, the chance to go to Milan was one to not let go.
Thank you.
Il CT del Belgio, Martinez, ti ha un po' influenzato nella scelta del club, perché hai ricevuto richieste, insomma, giocare più, come ci organizzeremo.
Hallo Charles, Christophe Theo van het Laatste Nieuws. Charles, as kids we've all had our idols. How did it feel for you when an icon like Paolo Maldini called you?
Yeah, he's a big part of the AC Milan history, but also from the from the present. He works here and he influences a lot of things. So I'm grateful that they tried to bring me in, and it had an influence, but the project for me was more important than the person Maldini itself. But I have a lot of respect for him and for his career, and for sure it was a nice feeling to get a call from him.
Abbiamo tutti degli idoli, e come ti sei sentito quando un idolo come Paolo Maldini ti ha chiamato e ti ha voluto qua, ma venire qua al Milan?
Ora Antonio Vitello, Corriere dello Sport, poi chiedo di far arrivare il microfono a Monica Colombo in fondo per il Corriere della Sera.
Describe yourself under a technical point of view, so your technical characteristics, and also under a tactical point of view. So in which position do you prefer to play, centre forward or on the right, or in both positions? So which is a position you prefer on the pitch?
I think I'm a player with good technical qualities, with a good first touch and all these things. Also, I think I can score and give assists in the last part of the field. And I'm also a dynamic player who likes to run deep, to run a lot and all. To run deep, to make space is also in function of the team. And what was the second part again? Sorry.
And the position where you prefer to
the
play?
position, in terms of position, I played a lot of positions already in my career. When I was young, I always was a real attacking midfielder, but I grew more into an attacker. Into an attacker, I played as a real 9, but also as like a false 9, also as an attacking midfielder. But I think at this moment I prefer something of a role with the striker around me, and I can go deep, but I also can come in midfield. So that's my favorite position.
Ma da un punto di vista tecnico?
So essentially, he likes to be a second striker, a hybrid attacking midfielder, a hybrid between a 10, an 8, and a 9. That's what it's essentially saying. He likes to go in deep, meaning he likes to look for the depth on the field. That's what number 9s do, center forwards do. He likes to come back to the midfield. So, very interesting. It's like you have an 8, a 10, and a 9 all together. It's going to be very interesting to see how he's going to be used. Going to be very interesting. Charlie or Charles, I think he's a bit young or immature in his answers to some of the questions, but based on everything else, he seems like he wants to give his best contribution and win over fans. I see that too. I see still a kid in him, but you know, on the field, his feet definitely talk. As far as the way he's answering the questions, I still see that he's still young, and he's still, you know, he's still in that young phase of his life, a young 21-year-old.
Credo di avere delle buone qualità tecniche di attacco come un vero 9.
Sei pronto, diciamo, per accogliere la loro eredità e diventare un grande numero 10 del Milan?
So in the history of AC Milan, we have had many attacking midfielder like Savicevic, Ricosta, Ronaldinho, and Kaká, the one to whom you are very often compared. So are you ready to take their legacy and have an important role as attacking midfielder in AC Milan?
Yeah, for me, I'm just looking to the future. I think also the board and the coach, their goal is also just to look at the future. Milan has had a big history, but I think everybody within the club is now looking forward to let the club grow again and let it compete with the best of the world again. So I just hope I can help with that, and then we will see how I do and how you compare me with the legends, but that's not really what I'm thinking about. I'm just thinking about improving, helping the team, and becoming as good as possible.
Certo, la tradizione e la storia del Milan sono innegabili. Portarmi a loro, ma di mio voglio dare il mio proprio. There are so many names of opponents you may be eager to challenge in the next championship. Is there anyone you would like to mention?
Yeah, you have a lot of big stars in the Serie A, so at that point, yeah, you can say that I'm eager to challenge them, but I think I don't really think about other players or other teams. I just think about how I can be the best I can be and how I can improve with the team, with myself. And yeah, but for sure the Serie A has a lot of big names and a lot of good challenges for the team.
Sicuramente nella Serie A ci sono grandi nomi, grandi phase in the group stage. So how much do you think with your qualities could you help the team in pushing up forward in the Champions League competition?
Yeah, I think it's a big goal for the team and for the club to go to the next round of the Champions League. I also think it's possible with the quality that's here. They just won the Serie A, so we'd have to do everything to go to the next round, and from there on, yeah, you can see who you play against, who, yeah, then it's a knockout phase, so anything can happen. You see it also in all the previous seasons of Champions League. So, but the first goal is to go to the next round, and we have to do everything.
Sì, sicuramente è uno degli obiettivi.
I campioni, chi ti piace? Se c'è un giocatore che può essere per te un'ispirazione in particolare, oppure, e se ti senti già a quel livello, oppure senti che ti manca ancora un pochino, un piccolo step per diventare uno dei top player europei?
Is there any European champion footballer you feel like inspiration that you like the most? And do you feel already at their same level, or do you believe you still need something to grow and reach the level of these top European players?
My idol when I was young was actually Ronaldo, when he played for Manchester United and then went to Real Madrid. So I was a big fan of him. And in terms of, yeah, do I think I'm...
There's a video of Ketelaere when he was young, and he was asked, what is your dream? And he said to play for Real Madrid when he was young. So he comes from that Cristiano Ronaldo era, the Real Madrid Ronaldo era.
I'm at his level. I think it's impossible to say that at my age, coming from a team of the Belgian league, but I'm sure that I'm gonna do my best to grow into, yeah, as I say, the best player I can be, and be a good player for Milan.
Fin da ragazzo ho sempre ammirato Cristiano Ronaldo ai tempi in cui giocava per Manchester United e poi a Real Madrid, e dire alla mia età che mi sento al loro livello sarebbe direi una pecca di presunzione to have in having him on the pitch to play with him and maybe giving an assist to him.
Yeah, I think I can learn a lot from him, because you see how many years he has in European football. So at my age, I can learn from everyone that's older, that has experience more, and I'm sure, and I'm looking forward to train with him and to be in the dressing room, as you say. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to be with him and the team.
Ma sicuramente potrà imparare moltissimo da lui, che ha tantissima esperienza, tantissimi anni di esperienza nel calcio europeo, come imparerò da molti altri. About you, but of the technical skills on the pitch, in addition to what you have told us about you, but off the pitch, I'd like to know, what are your interests? How was your pathway of growth in Bruges? So what can you tell us about you off the pitch?
Off the pitch, I'm just a guy who likes to be with his family and, yeah, do some normal things in life, but I'm also a huge sport fan. I follow a lot of other sports than football as well, and I like to watch it, so that's what I do a lot, and yeah, that's a little bit what I like.
Ma fuori dal campo sono una persona tranquilla che ama stare con la propria famiglia.
I'm really looking
di un tifoso.
Carta web.
Ciao, ben trovato. Volevo chiederti come stai, se sei già pronto per debuttare tra qualche giorno a Vicenza.
So welcome, and I'd like to know how you feel. How are you? Are you ready to make your debut in the friendly match in Vicenza?
Yeah, for sure. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow to play some minutes. The coach told me I'm gonna play some minutes, so I'm just hoping to show something.
Sì, sto molto bene e sicuramente non vedo l'ora di fare qualche minuto di gioco.
Le orme di David Goffin, che sarà il tuo idolo tennista. Come mai questo cambio, pur essendo un giocatore che promettevi molto, e che cosa ti ha dato il tennis? Cosa ha dato il tennis al De Ketelaere giocatore? La prontezza di riflessi, quel fatto di, dopo un errore, non pensare più all'errore precedente. Ecco, cosa ti è servito il tennis? A che cosa è servito al giocatore De Ketelaere il tennis?
So, hi, Charles. I'd like to know about you as a tennis player. I've read that when you were 12 or 13-year-old, you were very good in tennis. You were probably taking inspiration from David Goffin. But I'd like to know why this change? Why have you shifted to football and from tennis? And what have you taken from tennis? This fact of having always ready reflexes, always not thinking about the previous mistake and being ready to start again. So what has given you the game of tennis to your qualities as a footballer?
Yeah, that's correct. I played a lot of tennis until I was 12 years old, but I also played football at that moment with Bruges. But for me, the choice at that moment was easy because I just liked to play football with my friends. And tennis was at that moment a little bit too professional at that young age, so I just liked to play with my friends, and that's why I stopped playing. And then in the part of what did I bring, I think it's more an emotional sport, because you have to do everything in your own mind. Everything you do is your own fault, because it's a sport you do alone. And I think mentally it brought me a lot already at that young age to the football. And also to develop my coordination and stuff and all those things.
Sì, è vero, a 12 anni giocavo a tennis, ma nello stesso tempo giocavo anche a calcio, e la scelta per il calcio è stata una proprio per questo che mi ha aiutato.
Da parte di tutte le
Well, there you go, guys. CDK, first press conference with for AC Milan, and yeah. I mean, a lot of what he said was things that I guess we knew already. We're starting to understand what kind of character he is. He seems pretty cold. Seems like a pretty cold guy. Very confident about what he knows that he can do. Very confident about the positions that he plays and where he is good at. And something that has been circulating is that Milan would not spend all this money to play him in a position where he's not comfortable. So obviously they're going to spend all this money to play him in the position where he's the most comfortable, which I think, according to what he said, according to what people are saying, it's going to be that number 10 in that 4-2-3-1. But interestingly enough, we're going to go to Pioli'S interview. Pioli also suggested that maybe they're going to try different formations this year. So, there you go. Let's see. Breaking news. CDK leaves Milan on a free-to-play tennis to make up for lost wages. If Indica Rise will be strong enough to compete in Serie A, we'll be happy even with no CDM purchase. But Rafael Onyedika, Gino Nana are good profiles. Gino Nana is very interesting. Gino Nana is in Bordeaux, so Gino Nana, I'm pretty sure, would like to make a move, since Bordeaux is having all these issues that's been relegated to the C division. So I would say that a Gino Nana move can be very realistic, but let's see what happens with that. It's either them or Pepe Sarr. Pepe Sarr also was heavily linked, especially because I believe Tottenham is open to a loan, but a dry loan. So we're not sure whether or not Milan is you know, I don't know if Milan would do that. What's the point of having him just as a dry loan, just so we can prepare him to go back to Tottenham? I don't think that would be a smart thing to do. To be honest with you guys, I'm okay with the midfielders we have right now. at least up until January. I would just put all my eggs in the Indica basket. He's still a kid. I personally don't expect much from him this season, kind of like Lazetic. CDK? Well, there's a big difference between him and Lazetic, though. I mean, CDK already has a lot of experience playing at top division football, winning the Jupiler League twice, I think, or 3 times, and he's been in the Champions League quite a lot. So I think there's a lot of difference between him and Lazetic. I think they're very different parts of their career. So I'm expecting CDK to be much more instrumental than Lazetic. What's up? Antonio is here. How you doing, sir? What's going on?
How are you, Roy? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well yourself.
I'm doing great. Thank you. Just saw the CDK press conference. Yeah, interesting character. Let's see how he performs. We're going to see a little bit of him tomorrow. We're going to see a little bit of him on Sunday. So I'm sure we're going to find out who this player is. But I've been watching his highlights more and more so, and I think we got a real top player. I think we actually did get a top player. What do you think, Antonio?
I think a lot of people speak so highly about him. I saw this interview from like the Leeds president or CEO who was saying like that he bid 40 million for him, and he was speaking so highly of him, and he said like he should have gone to Belgium to try to close the deal himself back when Milan was still like delayed because of the management situation. So I think De Ketelaere is someone who like pretty much everyone in the world of football seems to respect and think he's like, you know, one of the next top gems. So hopefully he really adapts and keeps developing. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and it's very interesting how, you know, Maldini has said we only want players that want Milan, and CDK said, you know, when he spoke, well, he didn't mention it in this article, in this press conference, but he said it before, when he spoke to Pioli, and they spoke about the project, and Pioli in his interview, which we're going to look at in a second, we're going to go through it, said that, you know, he had a long conversation with CDK about the tactics, the system of the game, and the project in itself. And CDK loves the project, so I guess in order to get to Real Madrid, he's going to use Milan, because that's his dream, to play for Real Madrid. Hopefully he stays with Milan forever, though. Yeah.
Roy, did he say that in the interview today?
No. But he
Okay.
said it when he was a kid. He said
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Gino Nana, Mr. Antonio, player that you've been raving about, is back on the news. Possible links with Gino Nana. What do you think?
So yesterday, I don't know if you mentioned this, but there was like about 4 or 5 midfield targets that came up through Sky Sports Italy that Milan are looking at, and all of them are kind of similar profiles. They play for like either Ligue 1 teams or I think one Dutch team and kind of some of these other European leagues. And they're all pretty young, except for Tameze, who's 28 years old. But you know, they're all sort of these sort of prospect midfielders that are more defensive in terms of like this, in the sense that they're good at tackling and they play a little bit deeper. I saw a couple players. One plays for Strasbourg in France. Gino Nana plays for Bordeaux. They were relegated to the 2nd division this year, but he played Ligue 1 this season. And another player as well that I like. But overall, it kind of looks like, I mean, what I was expecting after we missed out on Sanchez and Chukwuemeka, because I was expecting us to look at, you know, a good like Moncada type scouting operation where we get a player who's not really well known. But Gino Nana is just, I mean, I saw a little bit of all of them. I think they're all like pretty good. They all have potential, but Onana is the one that has been linked with us for a little while longer. He's good. I will say he looks a little bit raw, so he still has to develop a bit more. But that, I mean, for the price of like 8 million or less, like I think it's a good deal. It would be a good financial operation, and maybe there's some links with about Indica today. Maybe we can invest in Indica still, even though it's looking like it's kind of like a little bit difficult.
We're going to get into that, the Indica thing, but let's see, because if it's true that this money is like, if this club is so broke, I find it hard that we're going to spend money on a midfielder at this point. or we're going to spend the money on the defender or on the midfielder. I honestly don't understand how AC Milan, being these guys and Gazidis, Scaroni, all of these guys have been talking about what a great job Milan has done to clean the books and sustainability. Bruh, it seems like we're the brokest club in Europe. What is this? What is going on? Anyway, let's keep on going. This is probably not true, but there are some rumors that Chelsea are ready to offer 45 million for Kalulu. Would you think that would be a great transfer for Milan? It'd be a great transfer in the fact that we would make a 44.5 million profit. But no, I would keep Kalulu for the next 10 to 12 years. I would not sell Kalulu.
I would keep Kalulu because it looks like the way we're playing right now, him and Tomori are just like perfect together. The way that they work, the way that they both intercept and like cover each other. I would say if we sold Kalulu, Ndika would be coming for sure, and then we'd get like maybe some other player. But honestly, there's no point in selling him unless the offer is just absolutely crazy. But 45 is still like, I think in a few years he'll be worth more than that. I mean, if he keeps going the way he's going. So
yeah, true. I definitely agree. Hola, Antonio. Hola. Muslim says UCL 7. We have 7. Liverpool, Bayern just behind us with 6. We're going to make it 8 before they make it 7, guys. Do not worry. Who will score more, Origi or CDK? I say CDK. What's your guess?
I don't know. I feel like Origi is more of a ready player though. And he plays in that 4. It depends how many games he plays.
I say Origi will score more important goals than CDK, but CDK will score those goals that are very important against us with the smaller teams, while Origi is going to score the big goals against the bigger teams. Just a wild guess. Okay, I want to talk about this Pobega thing, which is, we've been talking about it for a while, but now it's finally official, it seems like. According to Milan News, the home of Vitiello, by the way, very good Milan journalist. I think maybe one of the best Milan journalists, I would say, out there, as far as his integrity, as far as his journalistic integrity. Pobega has signed a contract renewal with the club, which will keep him there until 2027. The announcement could arrive in the next few hours per the report. The current deal will expire in 2025. It is a clear signal from the Rossoneri. They see him as a player for the future. That's right. There should be a significant pay rise, as Pobega currently earns 5K. So there you go, Pobega, guys. The club, Pioli spoke well about Pobega in the preseason trainings, in his press conference. The club is going to give him a new contract, extend his contract for another 2 years, give him a pay rise. The team is ready to finally see their creation come to fruition. Let's see if Pobega will deliver. Will he be that player that is going to replace Kessie? Will he be the muscle that we need in that midfield? What is your opinion?
So just to let you know, it's already official. Like they did post it like recently.
Great, excellent.
It means that we have faith in him, and I'm hoping that he plays in these friendlies this weekend and finally, I mean, I guess shows his quality a little bit. But I think the summer's been a little bit shaky for him. That's the reason why I'm a little bit still not convinced that he's ready to be like a pivotal player for us. But hopefully, I mean, with Torino, he plays very well. So I hope that he can kind of pick up that form and get used to our formation and tactics. But I'm sure Pioli is like confident that he can do it, because if not, then we wouldn't have said like to keep him. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, let's not forget that Mancini called him up in the national team as well. So he's starting to make his rounds in the national team as well. Roy, I hope the disagreement with Tottenham is due to Paratici wanting an obligation rather than a dry loan. This is about Sarr. Sarr is a world-class potential and would be perfect for a high-pressing system like ours.
I love Sarr. I think he's the best midfielder that we're currently linked with. That's still possible.
Yeah. Well, the last reports I read is that they want a dry loan, right? And I don't think. Why would we do that?
Yeah, they just want to use. They know that he's going to be very good, so they want us to be like sort of a development club for him, and they don't want us to. They're treating us like we're like a lower level league on side where we can just go in and develop him. But we obviously want to buy him, so.
Right. Okay, so I'm very that's pretty cool that you guys rate him so highly. I haven't looked at him yet.
I think
but
he already won the best young player in Africa, I think, already.
oh
I'm pretty
wow.
sure.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Great. Well, let's see what happens with that. It makes sense now why Tottenham wants a dry loan. Yeah. Ringhio, Marco Marcella, come stiamo, ragazzi? Come stiamo? Skillard, you guys want to keep Kalulu so he leaves on a free? No, let's renew his contract. Let's keep him for. Let's wait and see what with Redbird. We need to find out if Redbird is going to extend these contracts, how Redbird operates. Guys, let's remember one more time. Redbird is not Elliott. Elliott is a hedge fund. It's a vulture fund. Redbird is a sporting company. So it's going to be different. They're still going to go with the sustainability, but I think they're going to manage the club a little bit differently. They're going to be more involved. I'm expecting Cardinale to show his face with the new signings for political reasons too. We'll see. Kalulu should remain for 20 years, even 60 million I would refuse. I would renew his contract and slap 100 million clause on him. That's what I would do. Guys, if you have not, what are you waiting for? Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. We need another Champions League. We definitely do. So guys, we wrote something about Benacer yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about Benacer since we are talking about players that might potentially leave. Antonio, what do you think about Benacer and the current situation?
I think that right now the reports are kind of exaggerated, and that I don't think it's actually concretely like 45 million to 50 million from any Premier League club. I don't think they're gonna bid that anytime soon, unless something kind of random happens. But I think the reports have been denied recently. But if we get 55 million for Benacer, I think it would be decent, good idea to sell him, considering that I don't think he's renewing right away, and he's trying to make this a bit difficult. So I think it's a safe thing to do. The problem is, who can we bring in to replace him? Because there's not really that, like, to find a quality center defensive midfielder, on the market, it's gonna, it's difficult. I mean, a lot of them are kind of already taken. They're already in a contract situation. So I don't know if that's gonna necessarily be the best idea. But I mean, if that were to happen, I wouldn't really be opposed to it, unless the management,
Yeah.
if they can find the next target, like someone that they rate highly, I'd be fine with that. Maybe like a Seko Fofana or someone like that who'd be really good.
Right, and I have that same idea. Like, it's not a good idea in one session to lose both your double pivots. Two players that are integral to the team, two players that have the system memorized, muscle memory in their legs. So you get rid of two of them, then you have to literally revolutionize that midfield. Right now, if he does not renew, we have to make that decision. But also, with 55 million or 50 million the release clause, who are you going to get? Like, who are you going to get that can replace Benacer? Like, I don't know, guys. In chat, do you guys have any names that you can think of? But I'm not talking about potential youngsters that are going to grow, that maybe they're going to grow. I'm talking about players that are ready now, that are going to accept like something like 3.5 million wages or in that region, who are ready, who can come to Milan and kick ass right away. Like, who are you going to get? I really don't know. I really hope that what Lungo said was true, and that they are going to, that Benacer, yeah, I was thinking about that too, Ace and Lewis, Tielemans. I was thinking about him as I was saying that, actually, but I'm thinking in my head, that guy's 40 million. He costs like 40 to 45 million, and I'm not sure what wage demands he would want. It's a difficult situation, this one with Benacer, because it's not like you're losing one midfielder. You're losing two midfielders. You lost Kessie and then Benacer in the same market. That's tough. That is tough. But it is what it is. We already have Krunic. Roy Hell-Lord Krunic. There you go. Ciao, Federico, buongiorno, come stiamo? Forza Milan dall'Italia, come sempre. What do you think of Tielemans? Do you think that's a possibility? And what do you think about the player?
Tielemans is expensive because he plays for Leicester City. He's a player who scores goals. I don't think he's necessarily like he's not all and out, in and out, whatever, CDM. So I think that he's a bit different, but he's a good player. I think he'd be a good signing, but it'd be very difficult, honestly. Plus his wages are probably a little bit higher just because he's in the EPL. So I don't know. It's very unlikely. I think Arsenal are looking at him right now.
Yeah, I think our best thing to do is to give him, this renewal, which the management is proposing triple the salary of what he's getting, and plus bonuses, and also giving him making him a central figure in the team. Right? They want to give him the keys of the midfield. Actually, interesting, I don't mention this much, but when Pioli in the beginning of the season spoke about, the players that he saw that are growing, etc., he mentioned Benacer. He did mention Benacer. Longo also said that Pioli wants to keep Benacer because Pioli believes that Benacer is a key player and that Benacer this year is going to make that step. When I first saw Benacer, I thought this guy plays football perfect for the Champions League. He's a perfect Champions League football player. Obviously, he just needs to play more in the Champions League, and he needs to get his feet there. He needs to, get used to the Champions League. But this is what Pioli said. He said, Pobega, I saw some great physical attributes from Pobega. He's definitely becoming bigger, physical. He was impressed with Pobega's physicality. And then he said that he was expecting Benacer to become a very integral part of the team. So we got to renew him because if we changed both midfielders this season, it's going to be very difficult to readapt the tactics. Yeah. Okay, let's go to chat a little bit. I don't understand guys, Skillard is Mr. Anti-Karma. So what he does all of that just so the players he talks about perform well. So that is Skillard's deal. Cardinale can't find investors because everyone knows he's stupid to get in a deal with Elliott. That is hilarious. Yeah, Cardinale, one of the smartest person who runs the numerous sport organizations in the USA, is stupid and he doesn't... the banter. Sarr was in the 93rd percentile of all League One midfielders for carrying the ball in the last third. 86 in passing under pressure over 90. Okay, so press resistant and yeah. Nice. Okay, let's go to this famous video call that happened. I'm sure this one is exciting to you too, right? The famous video call. Here we go.
Maldini's FaceTimes.
Yes, Maldini FaceTimes Ndika and talks to him face to face, right? And we know that when Maldini calls you, especially if you're a professional football player, especially if you're a defender, right? When the maestro of the defense calls you, you listen.
Roy, I think Maldini definitely just told him to stage a coup at Frankfurt into protest.
Yes. I mean, this would be the signing of the year. This right here would be what would make the Mercato 10 out of 10. Guys, let's bring those likes up. What are we doing? We have more than 60 viewers. We should get at least 60 likes. Smash that like button. Let's do it for the RossonARI family. Let's do it for Milan. Let's do it for the growth of the channel. Let's do it for the growth of the AC Milan community. Smash that like button. Smash.
Do it for Redbird. No, I'm kidding.
Do it for Elliot. Oh, no, don't do it for Elliot. But, yeah, so not much, really, about this article. It just says that the name of Ndika has resurfaced as an option and that Maldini had a FaceTime. According to Bild, which is basically the German Gazzetta dello Sport, correct? There have been contacts via video call between Paolo Maldini and Ndika during which a potential move to Italy was discussed. The German newspaper claims that RossonARI have not yet made an offer, but the club is asking for 20 million in order to sell the 22-year-old. Maybe they can even bring that down to 15, and kind of like what they did with what's his name, with CDK. But this is what I would do. I would spend the remaining money on this player, and then just honestly, we keep Bakayoko, for heaven's sake. Keep Bakayoko until January. I mean, is Bakayoko not a football player anymore? Has Bakayoko forgotten how to play football?
I think that's a fair question at this point. Honestly, it's not like that's not an absurd statement. I don't know. He looks so much worse than what he used to be. It just looks like he has no concentration sometimes.
Yeah, I don't understand. But yeah, 20 is a steal. 20 million for this player is a steal. What do you think? I mean, of course, we're being biased, and we all agree that this should be the player that Milan should go. But what do you think? What are the probabilities of Milan actually getting this player? What do you think?
The chances are still low because we are not sure. We haven't even made an official bid yet, and I'm still, we're at that stage where we have to see if we're interested and serious enough to extend this into like the next stages of the negotiations, which means talking about placing a bid, contacting Frankfurt, things like that. But in terms of can we get this done, I think so because the money with Sanchez is now still available. His wages are very low right now, so offering him getting personal terms agreed would be pretty easy in my opinion. The only if you were asking me what I like to see happen in terms of the Mercato, I would agree. I think that we should be able to afford a pretty cheap, like young prospect, like defensive midfielder from France, and also get Ndika. Like if we don't have the money to do that, then it's just, it's kind of unbelievable. We're not even asking for much. All we're asking for is a good midfield, like a decent prospect to come in that's affordable, and then like a 20 million defender maximum, and call it a Mercato. Like we don't need anything else really. So I think that's all we're asking for at this point.
Yeah, look, get that Gironana kid, right? Get that. He can be the prospect. Let Pobega, Tonali, Benacer, and Ali and Krunic take care of the midfield, and then you have the youngster that you can develop. I mean, he should be fairly inexpensive. And then get Dika. Find a way to get Dika. Just like, okay, 12 million, and I'll give you 8 million next time. What happened with Hagway also? What's the situation with Hagway? Have they paid Milan? I don't think they have paid Milan yet. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then Petrovsky says, yes, it's not the same, but running a sport organization is basically the same. Do you think Maldini is stupid to accept New Deal if that was the case? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, okay, so they're having a chat.
Redbird.
Yeah. So this is going back to Sarr. He's also particularly great in standing tackles and then start counterattacks because he has slender-like legs and pace. He will be more functional for our game than Benacer. Wow. Damn. Really? That's high evaluation of the player.
I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because earlier you said that you would be fine with keeping Bakayoko and just investing in Dika necessarily. Yeah. So let's say that Benacer gets injured at the beginning of the season, and we have UCL games coming up in that sort of time period where we have the league and the UCL. You would be comfortable without Benacer playing UCL games and Serie A games with like Tonali and Bakayoko or Pobega or whatever?
Well, yes, because what is the difference if we bring in like a youngster that has never played in the Champions League before, right? What is the difference?
I think the difference is positionally. The CDMs that we're looking at are better suited to the defensive aspects of our midfield. And I think Pobega still has to get a feel for like what that responsibility is in terms, because like from what I've noticed, at least when I watch, it seems like sometimes he kind of gets either not really lazy, but gets a little out of the game on the counters and things like that when his job is supposed to be helping out the back four. I saw this against some of the teams we played this summer, but it could just be like, it may not be that important, but.
Yeah, look, Bakayoko has played is one of the players in the team that has most Champions League experience, all right? If we need muscle, play the guy. Dude, this guy knows how to play football. I can't believe it. Has this guy forgotten how to play football? Man, Pobega, you have to put him in there because he has to learn. So, yeah, he needs to give him minutes. And the other thing is that Ali could do what Benacer does, yeah? Ali can do what Benacer does. Ali is a player that you can use in any role pretty much. So yes, I would say spend the money on Indica, forget the midfield. If you can get a good deal, if you can convince Paratici with the Sar kid, which just an old chunk speaks very highly of, you too, then figure that out. But also Indica, guys. Indica is such a great player. He could even play in the double pivot. Who knows? But yeah, no, I'm pretty confident. Champions League. We have what we need to go forward. we don't need to win the Champions League this year, guys. I mean, if we win it, great. Once you go, we need to pass the group stages. If you pass the group stages, then use the January transfer market to reinforce the team and try and do your best in it. And you know, it's in and out. Milan. The heritage will come through, the spirit. These guys, when they wear that Milan shirt in the Champions League, it's a whole different. Milan becomes a whole different beast. So we'll see what happens. But from now up until January, how are we not confident with the players that we have in the midfield? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. You bring Gino Nana in. Like, even if you bring Gino Nana in, this kid has been playing relegation football. Right, he's been playing relegation football.
Well, the year before Bordeaux was a bit better, but he's been in Ligue 1 most of the time.
But he's never played in the Champions League, right?
Right.
So what is the difference if Gino Nana is there or Bakayoko is there? What is the difference? Gino Nana would probably get overwhelmed.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I think that's a bit I don't know. I don't believe that just because you haven't played, you're gonna instantly get overwhelmed. Like, I think that's kind of an exaggeration. But I think that positionally. Bakayoko could, positionally, he's perfect. The problem is, are we going to get any quality out of him at all? He's been really poor, but that's why I would feel comfortable getting someone who positionally also works, but can maybe give you more of an upside right now, because he's kind of like someone kind of an unknown quantity right now. So I don't know. I'm just kind of hoping that we can scout a gem, honestly. I'm hoping that's what happens.
Yeah, well, let's see. Guys, bring those likes up. We got 73 viewers in chat, and we only have 33 likes. What is going on? Come on, everybody. Put team effort. Team effort. How are we going to win the Champions League if you can't even smash a like button? Let's do it.
Hey, Roy, are you going to watch any of the football games today, in general? Any of the other leagues?
No.
Football is back today, guys. Season top 5 leagues in Europe. Many of them are starting today, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah, no, not really. You guys know me. I only follow Italian football, so I don't really care. You can't lose 2 quality midfielders and replace them with youngsters. Has to be at least 1 quality already. Yes, I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. InvestCorp is no more, so there's no point in talking about InvestCorp. Welcome to AC Milan. Ronaldo, Conte, Douglas Luiz. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Benacer is so underrated. He will have an amazing season. I think so too. Let's keep him. I'm not saying it's perfect. This is a Skillard and Andon going at it. Indica will be the perfect transfer for the defense. Hope it happens. Me too, and all of us really hope it happens. The FaceTime call to me is an indication that the Mercato money is finished. If he really meant business, Maldini would have taken a private jet there and gone on for Indica as well. It's very different, right? Taking a plane to Belgium for what's his name? For CDK.
Ketelaere, yeah.
And then well, let's see what happens. I still don't believe it. How are we so broke?
It's every once in a while we just stop and think to ourselves, what the hell is going on? What is happening with our Mercato? But anyways, I've accepted it at this point.
But my question is, what is the point of doing all of this sustainability, doing all of this, whatever, and then you come to the market and you're buying a 35 million players, give them birth, and then that's it. You don't have any more options.
I think it's because of Elliott, to be honest with you. I think that is the only thing that makes sense to me at this point, is that Elliott don't want to spend a lot before they give a majority to Redbird. I think that's the only explanation that makes sense.
Yeah, they don't want to inject any money. They're not interested in injecting money. And of course, you know, why would they? They're about to sell the club, so it makes no sense for them to inject the money. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep on going. Pobega won't get better if you don't play him. Pioli needs to rotate. Yeah, we're going to go to the Pioli interview. Pioli said that Milan has 20 starters right now. So there's going to be a lot of rotation. And I agree. We got to put Pobega in the Champions League games. We have to play him in the big games because this is how we're going to find out whether or not he's material. And if he's not, if he fails, then he fails and we give him away or we try to sell him. I don't want to lose Benacer. Neither do I. Bakayoko should get arrested for not playing total 100 minutes in the whole season. Oh, wait.
He was arrested. That's the joke.
Wait, but now you get Liverpool, Salzburg, who say fourth pot. Then yeah, I don't know, man. It is what it is. But anyway, guys, it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, we are still a super good team, no matter what. Even without Indica, or even if the team stays exactly the way it is as is today, I think we're a super team.
I think next summer is going to be much better, to be honest. With Redbird, the first complete Redbird. Also, we'll see in the winter what Redbird does, especially. I'm interested to see if we get some reinforcements.
Yeah.
I saw this comment from Subha Deep about a player, and I want to say that I did watch this player here, Rafael Onyedika. I saw him yesterday. He plays for Midtjylland. I think it's in the Eredivisie. And I saw him. He's one of the players that's on the short list of our midfielders, and I do really like him. He's got some good size. Not very insanely tall, but he's got height, and he looks to be like a really good box-to-box midfielder. Like he can defend, and also he goes up, presses a lot, and is very lengthy. So he's good at intercepting. So I like him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he was one of those names that was put out in that list, right? The Juventino that comes to say hello to us every once in a while, or almost every day now, says that I hope we don't leave Frankfurt without Indeed alongside Kostic. Yeah.
If that happens, I'm going to be so mad. If they get both of those players,
Yeah, I mean, I don't care too much for Kostic. They can have him. But the Indica one, I mean, he's exactly what we need. He's perfect. Like, he couldn't be any more perfect. Really couldn't be any more perfect. Okay, let's go to this segment here about Pioli, what he said, because it was very revealing. He said a lot of things that are quite interesting. Let's see if I have that article. Did you read it?
So I didn't read the full article because that's on Gazzetta, but yes, I looked at these clips. Yeah.
All right, let's go through it. This is going to be really good, guys, because this is the coach himself, the brains behind the team, the brains behind the tactics, the brains behind the engine is going to reveal a lot of secrets. But guys, you have to bring those likes up. Come on, guys. Let's bring those likes up. Smash that like button. And if you have not, subscribe to the button, guys. Tomorrow we're going to be doing the watch along with what do you call it, against Vicenza, and then Sunday, guys, open live for the Milanello game against Pergolettese. All right. Let's look at what Pioli says. Let's see what we find out about Pioli. To win, you need talent. To repeat yourself, you need character. Well said, Pioli. And then I confess, a year ago we didn't believe we could only improve the rankings of the previous season. From day one, we thought we could win. There you go, guys. You need to have that winning mentality. And like Paolo Maldini says, you have to believe. You have to believe. You cannot go in the season defeated. This is what I tell a lot of the people that I have discussions here with, that come on our stream and talk and opinionate about Milan. You cannot go into a season with such a defeatist point. You have to go in the season being confident that you have what it takes to win. All right, this year motivating the group will be easier. We must have passion, enthusiasm, desire to grow. They as a team, I as a coach. We will fight to defend the Scudetto. There you go. In the Champions League to improve. Saki is right. The Champions League is a competition for 4 or 5 teams. The difference in stature is there. We will treasure the last experience. Since then, we have grown a lot. if they can go through the group stages, that will be a huge development and growth for the team. A lot of confidence will come out of that. If you were to guess, Antonio, what are our chances of going through the group stages? 1 out of 10.
So I spoke a bit about this earlier. I think that realistically, I looked at the pots, and yes, there are some pot 2 teams that on paper are much stronger. They have really good managers, like let's say Liverpool being one of them. So the pot 2 team that we get is going to be very difficult. But I think pots 3 and 4 are very manageable. We played Marseille, who was like I think one of the best pot 4 teams in the preseason. So I think that just goes to show that we can definitely get points against pot 4. And pot 3, there are teams like Dortmund and Salzburg, but I still think that we're better than those teams on a good day. So I would say that our chances are like I'd say a 7 out of 10, like at least 8 out of it should be a 9 out of 10, but it depends on how injuries and how we approach it. But there every game will be tough, but we should get out of the group this year. Like we're pot 1, we should get out. So depends, but I feel good.
Yeah, it has. We have to get out of the group. If we don't, it'll be a pretty big failure, honestly. If we don't, so the team has to be really prepared mentally, tactically, but especially mentally, and they have to get ready for that intensive game. Because in Europe the game is much more intense. There's much more intensity. It goes by faster, and where maybe in the domestic league where you have 2 seconds to make a decision, in Europe you only have half a second to make that same decision. So they need to get. It's a matter of adapting. That's what it is. It's a matter of adapting, and they need to adapt to that level of intensity. And winning the group stages will definitely do it. Will definitely do it. So they have to, and also it will allow us to make more money, grow even further, and buy players in January. Pobega, good for AC Milan. No, not for sale. He just renewed, so we're not selling him. The competition with the Serie A has strengthened. Are you worried? No, because we are the first to be stronger than a year ago. What a great answer. And it is true. It is true. You can buy the best players, but the difference is the organization. And this is what I've been saying. Like, we don't maybe have the best roster, but we have the best team. And this is exactly what I'm saying. The desire, the spirit. Last year, it seemed strange to me that they didn't take us in high regard. Good. I didn't suffer, but I exploited it in our favor. This year, we will focus only on ourselves. Today's predictions have little value. Yes, it is true. A lot of people are, even this year, already saying that Milan has no chance. Milan is going to, finish 4th, 5th. They're putting Napoli in front of us. They're putting Roma in front of us. They're putting all these other teams in front of us. Good. Good. It's better that way. We don't want the pressure. We're going to go in this season knowing that we're going to kick ass. Let them think that they're better than us. Let them think that they're better than us. That's what we want. It is exactly what we want. What do you think, Antonio? Do you agree?
I think that we have top 4 locked. I don't want to jinx us, but I think we shouldn't be concerned about top 4. The question is, will we fight for the Scudetto? I think we still can, especially from what I'm seeing in the preseason and the development. So I'm pretty confident as well. Definitely.
Yeah. Just Along Chunk says, Antonio, we played a bastardized version of Marseille, to say the least. Their best player and the coach left this summer, and Tudor is doing a revolution. Not sure what he's referring to there. We won't invest things. Yeah, we're not a big spender. I know what you're saying, Michael Hall. Right now, we're not, and we don't need to be. We don't need to be. I honestly don't care about how much we spend. I just want the team to get the players that we believe are the perfect fits. I would never spend 75 million on Rafinha. I would never do that. No chance. 75 million. You can buy 4 Rafinhas with 75 million. Why would you spend it all on one player? I don't want Milan to become that team. Definitely not. But I don't want Milan to be this team either that has to make life decisions at the gas station. You know, it's crazy. We don't need to prove anything to anyone. We're current champions. Let them build their spirit up. We are their goal. Roymano is allergic to money. That's right. Okay, let's keep on going. Will the anomalous season with a sprint start and then a long break for the World Cup have an impact? Good question. It'll be another long and difficult season, even more balanced. It will be difficult to repeat a high score because so many teams will take away points from each other. I'm worried about Atalanta, wow, who for the first time do not have cup competitions. And there are many strong teams, even Fiorentina, who are well coached. Big words to say I'm worried about Atalanta. I don't mind doing 3 months at full throttle and then disconnect. It will be more difficult with the players who will go all the way in the World Cup. With them, you will need a particular sensitivity. Before the break, there are 50 matches in Serie A, which is a lot. They'll not decide the verdict, but they'll give an idea. Wow, I never even thought about Atalanta. I mean, a lot of people are putting Atalanta down, I think. I think that that's a big mistake because, like Pioli said in this conversation, it's not about the superstars, it's about the organization, it's about everything, all of that stuff. And isn't Atalanta a team that is super organized? Atalanta with a coach that has visionary football, modern football, a coach that has done miracles with that team. Yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think Atalanta is going to be a problem? What do you think, Antonio?
I think Atalanta is they're going to be much better than I think this season they were really terrible. Like I think they should at least get 7th place. I don't think they're going to be fighting for UCL though. Gasperini's kind of I don't know. I think they really, based on what he's done in the past, he's kind of had some allegations against him. I don't know. He's a bit questionable for me, even though he plays European style football. They brought in a couple players, but I think defensively they're really poor, and I don't know. It just seems like they're not what they used to be. Like they lost some of their players. Ilicic is no longer like what he was a few years ago. Papu Gomez left, and they're really just declining. So I don't know. I don't think they're going to be back to what they were this year.
Well, they're definitely going to be a problem, though. They're never an easy team.
Yeah, when you play them, of course, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, there's always a difficult team to beat. And you can... The fact that they don't have European competition definitely does give them an advantage. It definitely does give them an advantage. Let's see how they will do. It'll be quite an interesting season for them as well. Just an old chunk of code says, Roy, I'm saying the game against Marseille can be a reference point to predict how we'll do in the CL because Tudor made a lot of experiments.
Yes, no, I agree, but I'm just saying they're a pot 4 team and they're one of the better pot 4 teams, and I'm just saying I think we can beat most of the pot 4 teams. I'm not saying we played against like prime Liverpool, like I'm just saying that was just a game that we played, and we played pretty well.
Yeah, 100%. We kicked their ass, actually. But anyway, Barcelona buys all these players, then asks players that have contracts to take a pay cut and others to leave the club. Why is this even allowed? Yeah, Barcelona is a mess. I don't know how they're going to do because that club is a mess, but they're getting a lot of good players. It is what it is. Are we having a watch-along tomorrow? In theory, yes, we are planning to. Most likely, yes. Milan just have to get the right players to fit the system, exactly. 100%. That's all we're asking. Romagnoli said that the difference between Pioli and Sarri is that Pioli focuses on the 1v1s in the pitch and Sarri wants the coherence of the team. Just remember the 1v1 of Romagnoli versus Berardi. So it's better for Romagnoli because on the 1v1, Romagnoli is not the best, but in a team context, Romagnoli can get the job done. So better for him. All right, let's keep on going. The coup of the summer for the RossonARI was the Ketelaere. What are your first impressions? Ah, nice. There you go. We met at Milanello on Wednesday morning. Together with the staff, I showed him some videos of our game concepts. He was very attentive. From what he said, it can be seen that he is very intelligent. He understands football, and he is very talented. You can see the way he touches the ball. He's elegant and beautiful to look at. I asked Origi, his international teammate, about him, and he said, he is half Havertz and half Kaká. He is unbalanced. He will play for a few minutes in and then he will play for a few minutes in Vicenza and on Sunday against Pergolettese. There are important expectations, but it is right to give them time. I was the first to tell them not to be in a hurry. There you go. So Pioli is telling CDK, is telling everybody, all of us, let's give this guy time. But a little thing that I don't remember if I read this or I saw it. I think it was in that Club Bruges documentary, actually, that you talked about, Antonio Verde, and I watched it. They were saying that Ketelaere, at a young age, would go to like the coaches, like during games, and give advice on tactics. And people were really impressed because his tactics were really good, and they would take that advice. So that says a lot about his intelligence and his confidence in himself and his ability to see the game.
Actually, I remember the exact quote or something like that.
No,
It was
fine,
like,
yeah.
it was like in the Club Bruges documentary. One of the, I think his coaches was talking, and he said that when he was younger, in the middle of like at halftime during the game, he would go into like the locker room and go and draw up like situations and plays based on how the game was going, like currently in the game he was playing. So something like that, that shows you that he's always, he's very curious and interested in the sort of tactical analysis, and he's a smart player for sure.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for saying it. That's what I wanted to bring up, guys. I have some interesting news here from our friend Floki in the WhatsApp group chat. Copied and pasted something very interesting. It says Claudio Raimondi, who is a journalist. Eintracht Frankfurt's Ndika is Milan's new defensive target. His contract expires in June 2023. The player cannot arrive on loan. He is valued at 18 million euros, but Milan offers 10 to 12 million euros. So does this mean that the negotiations have started, if this is true? Should we get excited here?
Wait, let me check. I don't see that. Oh, here it is.
Do you have it? Are you?
I do. Let me. I do see it. I see the the Floki's thing, but I want to go and check the Twitterverse to see if I can get any confirmations about this. Give me one second.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some research, investigative research here. It looks like, according to what Floki has given us here, that create another lowball, that the negotiations have started. But I don't think there's anything official yet. Of course, Fabrizio Romano is only going to report it if it becomes official, and everybody... I shouldn't... Now that we're becoming bigger, I shouldn't be talking crap about Fabrizio Romano. Milan will surely do well both in the league and Champions League. Our champions deserve respect, and unfortunately most of us are acting like they are worthless. We have a system and it's working. Honestly, I don't understand how people talk about this team as if we're like a mid-level club, or like we're fighting for relegation. I don't get it. Yo, this is the team that just won the Serie A. It's the same players. They're getting better. They have 1 year more of experience. We're a better team than last year. Even if we lost Cassino Romagnoli, we are still a better team than last year. It's not a negotiation when you insult them with a joke amount. But it's the beginning. Remember, guys, could this be CDK part 2? Remember how they lowballed CDK in the beginning, and then they got to the price? We might get there, guys. Guys, Ndika might become a possibility. All right, let's keep on going. I want to read this one too. Let me read this one first, because it's a good chat here. Rafael Leao was MVP last season. He's not juvenile anymore. It's his 4th season in Milan. He needs to step up like Vinicius Jr. did last season, expecting 20 goals plus 15 assists from him this season. Guys, by the way, Vinicius Jr. in all competition finished with 40 goal contribution. 40 goal contribution in one season. And he's younger than Leao too. I think he's 1 year younger. 40 goal contribution. Leao finished with 23 goal contribution, and Vinicius finished with double that amount. That is crazy numbers. If you find that article, Antonio, just share it on the screen.
Hey Roy, I haven't found any confirmations like that far yet that say that Ndika, we've made a bid and we're negotiating for him. But I will say today I'm looking around and there's a lot of whispers about Ndika. So usually what that means is there's a chance that tomorrow or even later today we get our first piece of concrete news.
Roy, you're not displaying the comments on the stream? What do you mean I'm not? Great, another low ball. Yes, I think they paid around 40 million for Vinicius Jr. when he was a teenager. So paying 40 million for a teenager is a lot, okay? Like we just paid 1.5 million for Tommaso Mancini, who is a teenager, who's like maybe a future superstar. But paying 40 million for a teenager and then just keeping him there to grow, Milan right now does not have the ability to do that. We're not even close to being able to do that right now. We still have a lot of growing. We need to get back to being a Champions League winning team before we have the luxury to buy a teenager for 40 million, place him on, put him in the Primavera, then develop him slowly. By the time he's 21, put him in the Champions League. Have you heard about Milan potential interest in the Brazilian interflop Gabigol? Yes, I've heard it, and he's making it rain in Brazil, but the league back home is shit. Okay, so he's doing well in Brazil? All right. Well, I mean, if he's doing well in Brazil, Brazil is still, I know that you say the league is shit, but it's still Brazil, you know? The level of Brazilian football is still high. Of course, I think Gabigol just feels at home in Brazil, and in Italy, he just could not adapt. All right, let's keep on going. He is another young player who will lower the average age of the team, CDK we're talking about. Does he fit the philosophy of the club? This answer here is very interesting. Only in Italy are 20-year-olds young. Tonali is 22, Leo 23, Theo is almost 25. They're full-fledged players. They certainly must be hungry to grow because they have not reached their maximum potential. But young people are 17, 18. And then in the group, there are also veterans. Magnan, Chiar, Ibra, Giroud, Origi, Calabria, Messias, Krunic. Wow, Calabria is a veteran? Calabria is the same age as Theo Hernandez. I guess a AC Milan veteran. Messias, Krunic, Rebic. Theo himself is very mature. He's more present. In the locker room, Ibra makes himself heard. The one who talks the most is Florenzi, even if he is listened to, I don't know. And a nice little joke there about Florenzi. Yeah, Florenzi, I mean, he's one of the captains of Italy. I mean, he's one of the captains of the national team, Florenzi. So, of course, he's going to be a leader in the locker room. But, yeah, interesting that he places, I guess he's putting a lot of responsibility on these players. I mean, these players are young, whether you like it or not, they are young. 22, 23, 25, I wouldn't say 25 is young, but 22, 23, in football terms, in your career, professional football is still young. Vini plays with Big Benz. By the way, why are we buying all these young strikers? We have so many. I'm not sure. I do think that this Vincenzo Montella guy is going to be really good. Not Vincenzo Montella, sorry. Why Vincenzo? Tommaso Mancini.
Vincenzo Montella.
What's up, Rohit? How you doing, my friend? How you doing, sir? Guys, smash that like button. We are at 52. We are at 52 likes. What the hell? Let's smash that like button. Do it for the RossonARI family. All right, let's keep on going. What contribution can Zlatan Ibrahimovic make? Zlatan is not there, but he is there because... What? Zlatan is not there, but he is there. Because he's always in contact with everyone. He is a champion who can still make a difference. First, he has to be fine. In the final of the last season, he made some crazy sacrifices. People don't know that, but he could only train for a quarter of an hour. He has superior technique and intelligence, but above all, he is still very hungry. From mid-August, which is soon, he will be at Milanello to continue his path. Okay, so there you go, guys. More confirmation that Ibrahimovic is in the team and that he's going to be central part. Antonio, are you there?
Yes. Can you not hear me?
Antonio's not there. Anyway, let's keep on going. Meanwhile, you have Simon Kjaer back again. What does he add?
Right, can you hear me?
A very important ability to read the game and a communicative presence is a point of reference. I'm very happy to have him back, even if we will need time to regain condition. By the way, Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Can the chat hear me?
There's a technical issues. Give me 1 second, guys.
I think that, guys, can you just type in chat if you can hear me, just to test my audio? I think I am audible though. But yes. What's up? Hey, Rohit, how are you? Thanks for coming on. Thank you, Ricky, and thank you as well. Awesome, great stuff. So, I know that today Ndika, one of the players we're talking about, is actually playing for Frankfurt in the game against Bayern actually very soon. So it's going to be an interesting game to watch. Let me pull up that Milan article while Roy fixes his mic and fixes that situation. Oh, look at this piece of news. I don't know if Roy discussed this, but this is interesting as well. Lucas Paquetá. This is a Sempre Milan article. Lucas Paquetá potentially going to Man City, and if he goes for a big money transfer, then we will get a significant percentage, I think, on the resale. Thank you, Child Space.
All right.
Yes. Roy's mic. Can you hear me, Roy?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you.
Okay. I just pulled up this article. I don't know if you talked about this at all. Paquetá.
Oh, yeah. I read about it. Essentially, that the Man City player wants to go to Barcelona, so that means that Paquetá might go to Man City, which means money for us, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, sorry about that. Did I interrupt anything? What?
No, I was just trying to interact with chat a little bit.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yes, I know who this is. Orlando, by the way.
Oh yeah, we definitely need to get we definitely need to get this guy. We definitely need to get this guy for sure. Tell me something about Ndika. Well, it looks like
go ahead.
No, you do. You go.
So there's one source that from Raimondi today apparently that says that it's actually progressing between Frankfurt and Milan, but that hasn't been confirmed. We know that Maldini has been talking to Ndika. That came out today, and we know that he is one of our top targets because, especially now that Sanchez, the budget for Sanchez is now being allocated towards. It can be allocated towards Ndika. So we're looking at him as an option, and although it's not too far along and it's still early, there are some whispers today in the Twitter universe. So I think that it may start. It could accelerate in the next few days. But that is just speculation. In terms of his qualities, like as we all know, he's extremely tall. He's like 6'4", which is if you're not in the metric system, I think 193. Or 194, 193, something like that in terms of centimeters. And he is a left-footed center back. He's also very fast. He's good in the one-on-one. So he has a lot of these different qualities. He can play left back as well, potentially. He is 22 years old. He's French. He is basically there's not really much you can say against him. He doesn't get injured. He played over 4,000 minutes this season, I think, or around 4,000 minutes. He won the Europa League. He was one of their best players with Frankfurt. And overall, he's got technical ability. This guy is just a great player. He's scored goals as well with his head and his and from shooting as well. So this guy is definitely our top target. He's the best defender we're looking at, I think. So Roy loves him as well.
Yeah, I think he's brilliant. There's a few players that I've seen recently that have really made me I see them and right away I know that they're super champions, and Ndika is one of these players. So I'm so glad that we are linked to him, and man, what a buy this would be. Holy crap, what a purchase this would be. 10 out of 10 Mercato. If we get CDK and Ndika, that's all we need. We're good. We are good. Then anything else that comes after that is a luxury. based on the current financial situation the team is going through. Dika will impress everyone in the locker room.
And Dika's playing today, by the way. Actually, in like 30 minutes.
Okay, there you go. All right, let's keep on going with the Pioli'S interview. We still have some more. Is breaking the pair of Tomori Kalulu a gamble at the moment? This is a question that we have asked many times. Thank God that this journalist asked this question to the man himself. Let's see what he says. They had an exceptional performance. Pierre has grown in an incredible way. On the pitch, he looks bigger than he really is. He is mature and humble, but we will play every 3 days. The rotations will be automatic. There will be 20 starters. And this is exactly what we've been saying. Like, it's condensed, so that we need all these players. So the more, the better.
Roy, do you want to share that article again? You're muted, but do you want to share the Pioli article, or should we keep this up?
Oh, right. Yeah, let's do that. Let me share that. Hold on, give me a second.
Nathan's here.
What up, Nathan? How you doing, sir? What is going on?
The legend.
Roy Antonio, would you guys alternate him with Theo as a left back and Kalulu for the center back position, or put him in a 3-man defense with Tomori and Kalulu? Well, you can do all of that. You can do any of those things. That's the thing. You can have so many options, and remember, the more options you have, the more solutions you have. So it really depends on the game. It gives you the ability to not have to rely with the same things over and over again. It gives you the ability to be versatile tactically. So, yeah, all of these are good solutions. All right, so there you go. 20 games, 20 starters. Will Leao be a staple even in full negotiations for the renewal? Ooh, another tough question. If he maintains this level, yes. Otherwise, Rebic is there. Damn, cold. I'm not at all worried about contractual matters. You can see he is very happy to be with us. Potentially, he is a champion. Well, he already is a champion. For strength and ability to jump man. Okay. He has many goals in the legs, even more than last year. He has grown a lot with the ball. Now he must be able to occupy the area better. Okay, so he's saying that he needs to be better in the box.
Hey, Roy. I don't know if you read this yet, but I think there's a really interesting thing that Pioli said today. I think it maybe is later on in this article, but it's about the missing positions. Did you read that yet?
I think we're going to get to that.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
but we're definitely going to get to that. How is not even on the Frankfurt bench? Rohit sending little jabs to Nathan. We remember those debates from, 2 summers ago? Heated debates between Rohit and Nathan. Nathan dropped a hundo the other night, but Red John is nowhere to be seen. There you go, Christian. Thank you, Nathan, for the generous donation, by the way. All right, let's keep on going. Oh, good question here. What are your impressions of Yacine Adli? Another player that we definitely want to discover. By the way, guys, if you have not, follow Rohit's Twitter account. What is Rohit's Twitter account? What is it called?
I think if you look him up, he'll come up, but I think it's also Keralista.
Keralista Rajiv. But look for his Twitter account. Great Twitter account. What are your impressions of Yacine Adli? I read that he rightly called himself a typical midfielder. Okay, he's very intelligent. He plays vertically, which is something we really need. We need to have someone that verticalizes. He is fitting in very well. Sometimes he moves too much, but he is learning quickly. And let's not forget Diaz. Thank you, Pioli, from whom I expect a lot and from whom I'm very satisfied. And this is what we're talking about. I want more precision from him in the last pass and more goals. If he can bring that to the team, bada bing, bada boom, then we have an extra player that we didn't have last year. Brahim Diaz could be like a new signing if he can just improve that, the final pass and the final goal. What do you think, Antonio, about Yacine Adli and Brahim Diaz?
Obviously, I think Pioli just, he's not going to speak harsh about any of his players. He knows that people think that Diaz isn't, hasn't really been the best. He's struggled, so he's going to try to be positive. I think Diaz, though, I don't know, like with him, I think personally, I'd be surprised if he has a lot of attacking output this season with goals and assists. So I think Adli is the better player.
So
But
you don't think Diaz is going to improve?
maybe he'll improve because he had a terrible season. But maybe he'll improve a bit. But I don't think he's going to reach like anywhere near like 10 to 15, maybe almost 10 goal contributions, but probably less than that.
All right. Okay. Thanks for the plug. No problem. Rohit, Christian Pasmino, but Hagway deal would be helpful if we get Indiga. I think there's something there with the Hagway deal. There should be something there. Rohit says, expect us to be quiet on the market for the next 10 to 15 days. Yeah, probably so. Probably so. We're going to get a lot of rumors. We're not going to see anything concrete. Let's see what happens. Christian Pasmino, 10 million plus Hagway would be an amazing deal for Frankfurt, given that Indica has 1 year left on his contract. I totally agree. Even though Hagway is not even on the bench today, apparently. Anyway, let's keep on going. What do you expect from the market now? There it goes. I think this is what you were asking, right? Or not? Let's see. On paper, 2 roles are missing. On paper, 2 roles are missing. A defender and a midfielder. There you go. The coach said it. This is what they want. So does this mean no to Ziyech? I think this means no to Ziyech pretty much.
Unless we lose an attacking player, which is unlikely.
Yeah, unless we lose either Messias or Salamakers or maybe another attacking player. I think this pretty much closes the door to Ziyech, who has been heavily linked to Manchester United recently, actually. So for people who wanted to know about Ziyech, I think that's your answer right there. Unless we lose a player, Pioli'S only asking for a defender and a midfielder. We don't want to replace those who left with doubles, also because another Kessie isn't there. You can't replace Kessie with Kessie. There's only one Kessie. We need 2 characteristics: explosiveness and intelligence. There you go. Ndika and someone else. Who is it going to be? But yeah, that's the answer, right? I mean, that's what he's saying. There's no more attacking players coming in the team, like for the first team. And guys, I am totally fine with Messias and Salamakers. Like, I'm totally confident going into the season with these 2 players, at least up until January if we need to fix them. But it is what it is. Agent Hagway needs to gather dirt on Frankfurt management. We're going to Champions League with Salamakers and Messias. What do you think, Antonio? I mean, I'm confident with Messias and Salamakers. Let me know what you guys think in chat. Are you guys confident going into the Champions League with Messias and Salamakers? Antonio, what do you think?
I think Messias is going to have an important year. Salamakers is not going to contribute much offensively. That's a given. So I've already accepted that. But Messias, I think, will be an important player for sure. So that's my honest take. I think Messias can get 15 goal contributions from the right wing.
Yes. Paul says sigh. He's not too excited about that. That's 2 characteristics not found in Krunic, man. Skillert hates Krunic. It's anti-karma. We have a good relationship with Frankfurt. That is very good. Hopefully that happens. Rohit says CDK is our right wing. Well, actually, there was a... we're going to get into that, actually. That's going to be, I think, the final segment. We're going to look at this display that Gazzetta dello Sport put out about possible different variant formations, because Pioli mentioned that in his interview that we're reading about different solutions. And in one of those displays, CDK was placed as a right wing. And Messias, yes, Salamakers, big no. We need another right wing. I think I'm the only one who really loves Salamakers. Messias had a great preseason, true. Maybe one of the best players in the preseason. That Gazzetta dello Sport post was rubbish, says Rohit. I haven't looked at it yet. I just glanced at it. We'll look at it, and then we'll see what it says. Were you looking for an even more substantial Scudetto gift? Perhaps Vlahovic-like signing? What a question. Ketelaere in perspective in 2 to 3 years can become a top player in Europe. Guys, look at this. Look at what Pioli is saying. 2 to 3 years. So don't. He's not expecting him to, get off the ground running right away. 2 to 3 years to become a top European player. Each club makes its own assessments. With a sustainable project, we have shown that we can win. Beyond a certain level, the club does not want to, cannot arrive. I certainly never feared that the new ownership would come and sell the most important players. Very important statement right there, guys. Very important statement. I certainly never feared that the new ownership would come and sell the most important players. We were told at the outset that the philosophy would remain the same. So he's pretty much saying that the philosophy is going to remain the same, but he doesn't think they're going to be selling any players. So 2 to 3 years. What do you think? Is that a little bit too much? I mean, 2 to 3 years is a lot, right?
I think that's saying for him to become like an 80 million player. That's like, Leao is a 70 million player right now based on his transfer market valuation, even though we would rate him much higher. So 80, I think that's like, for him to become like a crazy player like that, I think that's a fair assessment for Ketelaere. Let's not rush. I think he'll be good, but he's not going to be like a 20, plus goal contribution player this first season. If he is, that'd be great.
Yeah. Guys, are you hearing static in Antonio's sound? Let me know if it's just me. If it's just me, then it's fine. But if you guys in chat are also hearing static when Antonio's speaking, let me know, because I'm hearing static when you're talking.
Can you hear me, though?
I can hear you fine. I'm just hearing static. But if it's just me, it's no problem. Let me know if in chat you guys are hearing it as well. For me, Salamakers will do well as a box-to-box center midfielder. I see him in that role like the new Schweinsteiger transition to a CM. Wow. Salamakers being compared to Schweinsteiger. I have a feeling Salamakers is going to explode this season. I hope so. Pioli says 2-3 years so he can leave for free. Andre Kurnovin says, Salamakers makes a lot of work in the mid, which the guys don't want to admit. The strength of Salamaker is the balance. Balance maker. That's why we call him the balance maker. 100%. Okay, never mind. Your audio is fine.
Salamakers is the chef at Milan. He makes salads. That's
All right, let's keep on going. Oh, there was something Pioli said which struck me. He said the early 20s is considered mature outside Italy. Only in Italy they're considered young. Yeah, we read that. It is true that, but I have my thoughts about that. But essentially, what he's saying is saying that in 18, 17 is young. 20, 21, 23, 24 up to 25 is not young. Okay, were you afraid of breaking off your relationship with Maldini and Masada? The negotiation for the renewals was very long. Oh, good question. Never. I spoke to them every day. The change of ownership and other dynamics that I'm not aware of led to longer lead times, but I never thought it could end otherwise. So he was confident Maldini was going to renew. Oh, good question. Have you spoken with Cardinale? It's Cardinale. No, I only met him the day before the closing. But even with Elliot's top management, it worked the same way. My reference are Paolo, Ricci, and Gazidis. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, let's keep on going. The directors often follow you to Milanello. Is that where the magic was born? Every day I arrive worried, in quotes, about the spirit with which the players will work. But when I see them working, all the doubts go away. If we continue like this, we will be competitive. It does not mean that we will win the title, but that we will have a chance to win every game. Great, I love that. In the last training session, I had to stop them because they were going too fast. Wow. I remember Allegri saying this when we won the Scudetto in 2011, that everybody was super intense and he had to stop the training. People are very eager. This says that the team is hungry and it's eager. So it's beautiful, engaging. We have our concepts inside us. As long as I see the attitude, I will be calm. If we step back even a single centimeter, we become a normal team. I love that answer. Love that answer. Definitely love it. What did you think about that, Antonio?
Yeah, I'm actually excited about it for sure. I think that we have that energy, like this good energy about us that is going to hopefully carry us into the beginning of the season. Hopefully, I think every season we've done really well until we hit that injury point and we get a little bit delayed. But I think if we can start again this season, I'll be very happy and I'll kind of reaffirm my feelings. Also, I really want to get that revenge against Udinese, man, because they are kind of like a boogeyman team for us, and I want to be. If we beat them first game, then I'll feel pretty solid about the season. So like the beginning. So I'm excited.
Yeah, starting with a win is going to be very important. Pioli said what I said earlier. CDK needs time, and we can't put a lot of weight on him this season. Yeah, he definitely needs. We definitely can't put too much pressure on him for sure. Rohit says, here's an interesting fact. CDK played 7,500 minutes in the last 2 seasons. Nobody in our team has played so much. What does this say, Antonio? What does this say?
Injuries, be gone.
No injury. He's not injury prone. He doesn't get injured. Hopefully, hopefully that trend doesn't happen at with Milan. But yeah, no injuries. 21 to 25 is maturing, but still improving. 27 to 31 is prime. Yeah, that's true.
Hey guys, let's get 3 more likes and hit 60 likes. Come on, guys.
Let's go, guys. Smash that like button. Let's do it. Smash it. Smash it. If you're excited about this new season. Happy birthday, SG, guys. It's my birthday today. All I want is Milan to sign Indica. Well, I hope they can give you that birthday present. You deserve it. Happy birthday and Forza Milan. All right, let's keep on going. What do you consider the strength of the team today? These are great questions, by the way. I mean, what a great interview. We have many high-level players. Giroud is a complete player. Rebic is very good at giving depth. Origi knows how to do everything. Divock is very attentive. I like him, and he will give us satisfaction. In the middle, physicality in terms of size, it is not so important, but legs and intelligence, and we have it in Tonali, Pobega, Krunic, who is often unfairly underestimated by Skillard, and instead has incredible tactical skills.
You should shout Skillard out right now.
Did you see that, Skillard? Did you see that, Skillard, what he said? Let me read this again. This is for Skillard. Physically, in terms of size, it's not so important, but legs and intelligence, and we have it in Tonali, Pobega, Krunic. Krunic, who is often unfairly underestimated and instead has incredible tactical skills. Let me just do this.
Oh, he's making a ban. Oh.
That is for Skiller right there. Obviously, Benacer. He can become a player of the highest level. Yes. And Magnan moves not only in his saves, but with his mere presence. That's right. He was the best goalkeeper in the league, although I like Szczesny a lot too. He could have saved
What the
this
heck
one,
was that? Like,
yeah,
what the heck is that comment?
He didn't need this one. He didn't need to say this one. I don't understand it. Let's see. Let's go to Old Chunk. Had some interesting. Pioli will lead us to the second star. Absolutely. Roy, we could potentially integrate Ali and CDK in a 4-3-3 with one between Tonali and Benacer. In the middle, Salamakers as a right mid-Zala. Something here. Yeah. He can definitely. Salamakers can definitely play as a right mid-Zala for sure. No doubt about that. Yeah, 4-3-3, I guess. If CDK can play that high role on the right wing, sure. I guess we have the players for the 4-3-3. It will happen. Okay, Ali on the left and CDK sul centro-destra con Sale che si sovrappone così non rendere Charles un'ala troppo larga. Okay, so basically Salamakers that does the overlaps with CDK, and that brings CDK in the middle, and Salamakers brings him to the right. It's possible. Everything is possible, guys. By the way, Barca haven't been able to register any players, including Kessie. What a mess that club is, man. What a mess. How could you pay 75 million for a player? Like, I mean, no offense, but 75 million for Rafinha? I don't know. No disrespect to Rafinha, of course. Guys, one more time, if you have not already, smash that like button. Smash, smash, smash. Let's get to 75. Today's goal is going to be 75. Let's keep on going. Pioli has become a top coach. Have you changed anything? I never worried about what people said about me. My experience have brought me to this level. Milan made me grow, and I can do it again. I feel young, with a great desire to test myself. And then my players are sponges. I use a method that I define sharing. I make ideas available to the team and try to understand with the team if they work or not. So we found motivation and balance. I enjoyed reading in the Gazzetta that seeing the team play Milan, it seems that the players are having fun. That's how it is. And there you go. Exceptional interview, exceptional questions. We are blessed to have Gazzetta dello Sport have this interview so we can know much more about what Pioli thinks. All right, guys, we've hit the 2-hour mark, so I think we're good for today. Antonio, is there anything else you want to say?
I'm just so excited for this season to start. Like, it's 1 week away, basically. So, and we get some football this weekend, so things are going back. Let's start off an amazing Serie A season. Let's try to do even better this year, and hopefully we can prove all the haters wrong again, because we did it this year, but they haven't learned their lesson. So, and guys, just in case you forgot, we are the Scudetto champions and champions of Italy. So yeah, just don't forget that. Confidence.
Confidence is everything. Magnan was statistically the best shot stopper in Europe. Magnan is honestly was a genius operation. Great job.
I'm so happy about Magnan, man. It's just fantastic.
Yes. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to see Vicenza. We might even see the player that we just got, Tommaso Mancini, which is not yet official, but it should be in the upcoming days unless anything happens. So very curious also to see Tommaso Mancini, how he performs against our defenders. I'm assuming that Pioli is going to play most of the starters since the season is starting very soon, and he's going to try and do that kind of experimentation. So that's what I'm assuming where he will play. Yeah, so it should be a very interesting game. What are you looking forward to in tomorrow's game, Antonio?
Honestly, just to see the players play again. Like the Ketelaere, of course, is the big one, but I want to see just generally the same players like Messias and Adli. Tactically, I want to see how they play. I'm a bit concerned because I do think that I want the new signings, like the last 2 signings. I think we are going to make 2 more signings, and I want them to be to come as soon as possible. So when Rohit said earlier, like, oh, don't expect much in the next 10 to 15 days, I hope that's not true, because I hope that we get our players integrated as early as possible. Because Pioli has to start making decisions like, who's going to fit in the UCL squad, who is going to, we do need another Italian. We can bring them from Primavera, but we're going to have to cut some players out of the UCL squad, I think. So I hope that we can kind of start making those determinations right now.
Yeah. Christian Pasmino sent me a very interesting message here, giving me a list of all the players that are going to be free agents in the upcoming season or next season. Skriniar is going to be a free agent. Rashford is going to be a free agent. Gavi is going to be a free agent. Benzema is going to be a free agent. Messi, Oblak, Jorginho, Kante, and Ronaldo.
Bring them all in.
Let's get Benzema, let's get Kante, and let's get
Gavi.
Yeah, maybe Gavi. Those 3. Why isn't Inter screening on the last year's contract? They should sell his ass. Hopefully not.
Wait, so for the last year of his contract, they're making 70 million for him? That's crazy.
Oh, wait, there's a second page. Tielemans, Ruiz, Asensio, remember? Maldini'S. Maybe Asensio. Maybe they're waiting for his contract to expire. Toni Kroos, Depay, Zaha, Soler, Gundogan, Firmino. A lot of top players at the end of their contracts right now. 1 year to go. Maybe. I think next year we're going to have a lot of movement in the Mercato, if this is the case. In the general Mercato. Just remember it was the most clean sheets. Yeah, Mike Magnan has some of the best stats in Europe, for sure. Anyway, guys, having said that, hold on. Actually, there's one more article that I wanted to look at. And I agree with with Rohit. It's not. It is what it is. I mean, but this was the two basically options that Gazzetta dello Sport proposed. So there you go. La Gazzetta dello Sport report first alternative system, blah blah blah. But here it is: Calabria, Kalulu, Tomori, Hernandez. Then Tonali, Benacer, Krunic, or Ali or Pobega. And then up here, Leao, Giroud, Origi, or Ketelaere. So put in Ketelaere as a 4-3-3. Interesting. Then here, the...
Hey, Roy, Wijnaldum is officially a Roma player, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, good for them. They putting together a good team. Then Magnan. Then here we have a 3-4-3. Kalulu, Kjaer, Tomori. Calabria, Tonali, Benacer, Hernandez. Damn. That's a nice midfield. Woo! Florenzi, Tonali, Benacer, Hernandez. That's top level mid. My God, that's a top level line 4. Holy crap. Florenzi, Tonali, Benacer, Hernandez in a 3-4-3 would be incredible. Ketelaere, Giroud, Leao. More like two attacking midfielders and the striker. This is a good solution, huh? What do you think about this one? That's a really good solution.
Yeah, but 3 at the back is new, so we'll see.
Yeah, it probably won't happen. 3-5-2 would destroy everything we've done since 2020. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do 3 at the back. I think it's there. It can happen.
Hey, Roy. Yeah. Also, with this formation, you could play Ketelaere as like a cam and then play Leao and Giroud up top, like a two-man striker.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You can play a 3-4-1-2, yeah. That probably makes more sense, yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys, having said that, I appreciate everybody that's joined us today. Please smash the like button on your way out. And join us tomorrow for the Vicenza game. Sunday, open live. And then the Milan Forum starts again next week. So we're going to go back to that next week. Having said that, guys, I appreciate everybody once more. Forza Milan as always. Antonio, thank you for joining us. Any last words?
Thank you for having me on, Roy, and I'm excited for the future this week. Love being here. Thanks as well to all the viewers, the familiar faces, and for the great chats.
I can't hear Antonio, but I'm sure you guys
can.
I'm having technical issues again. Anyway, guys, Antonio, as soon as you mute, I know that you've said what you had to say, so I can close. Guys, thank you everybody once again for being here. Much appreciated. Let's leave this one here. Let's leave this up here once more for Skillard.
One more like, guys.
Skillard, this one is here for you. Pioli has a message for you, Skillard. There you go. Forza Milan. See you guys next time. Alla prossima. Ciao and arrivederci. Bye.